let me tell you something. I just made this video. I'm gonna go back outside with my groceries, and I'm gonna make the video more clear again so you can hear. Listen to what the caretakers did, my dude. Listen, matter of fact, I'm gonna go outside after I finish telling you because I made a video like you couldn't hear me when I know you could hear me, but another person manipulated the system. Listen to this. Imagine my caretakers when I was speaking about this and Jack and Jill's made the recording, but the recording when I stopped to hear the voice, I didn't hear it. So now I'm remaking the recording, remaking the recording again. Now let me show you how real this is, right? Now a person literally, if in physics, I'm the one that made my caretakers, right? So in the beginning point of the cycle of life, from point zero to all the way to 10, up to 10, beyond and beyond in the cycle and back in the cycle, right? I cared about my caretakers is the only one that cared to make them because everybody else just wanted to abuse them emotionally, physically, and mentally, right? Now this is Ralph and JR speaking. Now if my caretakers, if people wanted to abuse my caretakers, now how did they do it? So let me tell you what my caretakers did. They went and did some magic with some people in a lodge, right? And then lounge with the individuals. And before they went to go lounge, the people made them get escorts to escort them to go show off. And then you know what happened? Them niggas already fucked over my caretakers. And then on top of it, tried to fuck over my caretakers' magic at a point, ahead of time and after. Now, a person says, why did somebody do something like that? I tried to warn my caretakers about these situations. I spoke about it on my 5-hour something video, but they didn't listen to me. But they were supposed to listen to me. But it's just like a person making possession spirits, magic, chi, or making the energy of force. The only person that cared about making the energy in existence in life was me, Ralph Lane GR. Nobody else cared about the situation, right? So then now, who would be taking advantage of it? Because everybody, it's like my caretakers. Who tried to take advantage of them? Who wanted to run around butt naked and do or why fuck everybody over and didn't care about a person's existence because they didn't care to even make it? It's just like making genie magic. If a genie at a time is granting people magic, the only person that cared about to make the genie was the person that made it, me, right? Now, listen to this. Now, if a person makes a genie, and I made all the genies in existence, it's just like a person saying, oh, they wanted to do certain other things a certain type of way when you watch Charm for Genie. That has nothing to do with me because I made the original genie. So if a person tries to manipulate the genie, it's like trying to get to the genie's chamber and to find out what's in the genie's stash house without the genie realizing what happened and the person robbed them in their own stash house. Is a person that tried to get their magic a certain type of way by manipulating them to be in their place at a time, right? So a genie would have to know the difference, not till somebody already fucked them over when it comes to their magic, because another person was already trying to take their part in magic and then fuck them over for all existence. When they can naturally manifest by themselves, but another person tried to manipulate the reality to be able to absorb the genie magic. Imagine if they fucked a black guy or a black girl or some type of biohazard debris that would have fucked over their life. Now imagine if they already did that and then on top of it tried to manipulate the genie for his placement for magic. Now imagine this. Now if a person, I'm the man that made all existence. I made all of life. I made space itself in all existence, but I'm already regarded and I made all of perfect. Another person's not perfect, so I don't care about another person. So now let me just show you how real this is. It's just like my caretakers. Who fucked over my caretakers? So a person that didn't care about them wanted to run around butt naked and wild and fuck them over. And then on top of it, imagine opening a magical door, a magical realm for individuals that wanted you to have an escort that was like a hole that's gonna fuck your energy over. It's not to do nothing with chi or if you see that had nothing to do. It's like bringing somebody for the reason of sacredcy, for the reason of the education, and then they fucking that person over because they don't care about what happened. So what caused my caretakers ahead of time not to even have a form of privacy? The people that fucked them over ahead of time. And then when I tell my caretakers they shouldn't care about type of situations like that because a person has to be perfect to know about the existence and the reasons of education. You shouldn't care about certain individuals. And on top of it, I'm not going to be desolate and dry because another person is acknowledging me of certain things. Don't even get fucked over more ahead of time above you. Let me be real with you. Don't fuck yourself over way more than the situation already is in life a certain type of way. It's just like if I'm the caretaker's real dad. So it's like it's like a person in international security. You see people vote like they voting for the president, but another person will make the president get an escort. So it's just like giving away the reasons of being a president, even in life, and then fucking over the reason of secrecy because you're having people vote. So people that's voting doesn't care. They already show you they want to disregard whatever's the real acknowledgement a certain type of way. Now, they showed you that even when I was in Haiti during the Duvalier situation. So it was going to carry out even in America. So the Clintons funding Haiti with the cell phones, all that was people that were bound to just fuck them over, or people that had already fucked them over, and they were just some zombified magic, and then other people were just manipulating them. One of them would have to find out what's going on for themselves. But like I said, it's just like making chi energy. A chi energy is meant to refine to the point of existence and the reason of existence that made existence, me, Rafael, and JR, the original man, so it would have to refine with me. And have somebody to refine with me. But if you have a person that's fucking over the secrecy, exposing all type of situations, just like a person what they do to a genie. It's like trying to get the placement of a person at a sacred point, and then next thing you know, trying to give it all away. It's just like this chick. You ever seen the Hercules cartoon when this chick, she looks like this next chick named Liv that was fucked up. They tried to expose everybody's magic and tried to expose even the empresses of love magic. And then she jumped in it. It's like she was a shattered crystal that jumped all over the place. Now, I'm going to show you how real this is. I was just walking outside speaking about this, but it was so silent to show you, even at that point of secrecy, what I'm speaking about, that you couldn't even see it the first time, right? Now, a person says, why couldn't you? Because I have headphones that wasn't working precisely. You know, I had a headphones that literally wasn't working precisely when it was supposed to be working precisely. Now, another thing, look, I must be beyond, I must be beyond mega, how can I say this? Beyond highest quantum mega magi of all space, right? To tell you this, because Superman don't got nothing on me. I was just outside speaking about this loud. Superman don't got nothing on me when I'm showing. Because that nigga can't even move fast enough for what I'm showing. Yo, listen. Yo, imagine that. Yo, listen, man. You know, I don't even give a fuck what another person tells another person or what another person's thinking or what they try to manipulate. It's like a person, it's just like you had people that erased 5 hours or something of video recording after I've done explained a certain thing, a certain type of way of secrecy. So if my caretakers are ever in danger, or real danger to save their life, you had Siri erase 5 hours or 3 hours of your information and change that fucked you over in life. Even the digital system fucked you over a certain type of way. Now, I told you that shit was a fucking criminal. Now, I told you about certain things. So now, if a person's already warning you, it's just like, if I cared enough to make you, and the reason that I made you is because I cared, nobody else is going to care because they just wanted to take advantage of you. It's just like fucking over your marriage. It's just like going to get somebody from another planet, opening a realm or like a Stargate or a realm for individuals, and then letting them through, and then they grow to become an escort or a hooker that spreads an enormous disease all over the place. So if Siobhan Sorns that broke into my house and you know, after she had the police come to my house after we had an argument and because I caught her with another man, jumps out the fucking window. And then you remember that you have a guy in the next room or this television on too. Remember, listen to it. So you better watch the digital system, the radio, television, everything. So if you had a chick that broke into my house, basically that's why I looked at it. Like I moved you into my house and then you and slept with another man. He was like, you're a criminal after that. You know, what type of person were you? You broke into my house just to jump, and then when I argued with you, she got so scared she locked me out of the room, and then she tried to jump through the window and stuff. Then she wants me to break open my door because another nigga was already breaking her secrecy and then to flee out the window. Not to say, oh, the nigga did, or not to sit there and say, oh, this person did this and this person did that to me. This is a person that just jumped out the window and said, I don't care, you know, and kept going. Imagine a person that escaped just to manipulate and murder kids. It's like the movie The Underworld. It's just like that girl Sophie, or whatever her name was, and then Victor's daughter. And on top of it, then Lucian done dogged out her emotions, and then she just went with wild emotions after a time. And then Victor's supposed to be the man, supposed to be able to know how to handle the situation. He became the fucking boyfriend it looked like Victor was about to become the boyfriend from Casino. And the nigga that was calling the girl, hey, man, you gotta, you know, get me here, you know, all type, yo, it was a funny situation. Yo, listen, man, let me show you how real this is. Imagine caretakers. I cared enough to make you. On all planets, all moons. Listen, I made all caretakers of all planets with atmospheres, or moons with atmospheres, or suns with atmospheres, or earths with atmospheres. Or skies, or lightning, or electricity, thunder, sense, and vibrations, or chemistry, or react, or all within an even or value of all elements, or stones, and all jewels. Now I made the nurturement of nature, and outside of the outer atmosphere, outside of the atmosphere, then you have space, gravity. I made all star clusters, or all can't take all star clusters, or all stars or star clusters, or astrology, or constellations, or sacred zodiacs, all solar systems, or galaxies, or universe, all space and all light. Yo, listen, of all of existence, I cared to make this. So if a person, even the force of energy of existence, if a person didn't make it, they wouldn't care, right? Because what would they want to do? They would want to know what made it, and then it would jeopardize the reason of the natural energy of the continuance of myself, and also the love of myself. So then it would cause even a point of acknowledgement of continuance of the level of even structure to even want to be diminished at a time, because it doesn't care. Because a person that would cause that is a person that's not a part of the structure that broke a point of sacredcy. So a person will have to correct it to let you know the precise acknowledgement for one to be okay even in life. And I'm making this live on YouTube right now. So I'm just telling you how real this is, and you still have an individual in the next room listening to what I'm speaking about. Nobody's on my level, no matter what level. So imagine this. So, if I made the caretakers and the only ones that cared about them, because I was just speaking outside, leaving Jack and Joe's, and you seen the other people that was running around me, pulling over in their car, that was trying to falsify some type of energy, a certain type of way. I had a thought for a second while a person was revving on their gas and turning the corner that, they wanted me to speak unappropriately when I'm already precise in my situation, and they were trying to manipulate physics. So I'm just telling you how real this situation is. So now, if you know for a fact, it's just like it's just like going to a planet, retrieving a point of cellular structure of the Empress, bringing it back, and then it wants to escort itself. Then as a person saying to keep it in order so it doesn't go off or be with other men or certain things, they wanted to do a Siobhan Sons or these other hooker bitches that tried to hurt my heart through a paradigm of time. I must be on. Listen, if this was seals don't have nothing on me. How nice I am, because I'm the one that educated this. Listen, I educated international security. Listen to what I'm saying, right? Now, if you have an individual, I educated Athena, bro. I educated the crown empress of the reason of Athena's existence to the highest levels of space, and even the jewel empress that conditioned her of her enlightenment, and also made the space of the reason of her existence of her habitation. So you think about what I'm saying. So now, and on top of it, I also did it even of my other wife. My other wife that you don't know nothing about a certain type of way. So you think about how real this is. And that stupid bitch that looked like Siobhan Sons, her name is Siobhan Sons. If you go on the internet, you look at every little thing I'm looking at on the internet, you see this chick trying to break frequencies, and it's just like she's everywhere. That chick, I hate her guts because she tried to expose my sacredcy of international security. Now, this is a chick I was already regarded. Listen, this chick tried to expose it. Not only her, there's another one named Renetta Armstrong that you don't know nothing about yet the way she did the situation. But this chick tried to expose my little sacredcy of the reason of my existence, of the reason of my love, because she offended my wife in a paradigm of time and did it over again, and also tried to murder Triple Crown Empress because of her jealous rage, of her stink humane condition of the individual that tried to be in matrimony with the individual. It's just like, you ever seen the movie Scorpion King? Same situation. Same individual I'm speaking of. an individual that tried to break into the Scorpion King acknowledgement, even at a time that even exposed the caretaker of the Scorpion King at a certain point, a certain type of way. I just wanted to learn the reason of a constellation because they wanted to expose the magic. So you had a humane condition of an organism that was trying to go around to even expose the sacredcy because scorpions regard the reasons of existence. Now, a person doesn't tell you certain other things that you need to know about certain things. You don't need to know nothing about certain things because you got to know how real situations are. Now, if you had a person that would expose and did a umbak, those are like presidential umbaks. You ever seen the movie Umbak, the original movie, when I ran through the whole movie whipping everybody ass? I ran through. Listen, I ran through. Everybody got their ass whooped that day. Everybody was getting ass whooped, ass whooping. And then if you seen the original footage, yo, my nigga, when I really went through you seen it on a level that a person could let you see it on. Because just in case certain other situation. But when you see how handsome I was, when I originally went through the Umbach sequence, my dude, another person couldn't believe it. They were just seeing a reflection of the reason of a certain type of situation at a time, and I was whooping everybody's ass. And on top of it, it was a reflection of myself. Another type of way, and on top of it, when you went to see the real thing, you had to see how I was originally doing it when I did it. Oh my God! A person look at this movie, girls would pass out. Yeah. Oh. Yo, listen, man. Let me tell you how real this is. Now, if I made the caretaker, it's just like making a genie. You see how people try to manipulate the genie for their for their point of reality, of their sacredcy, because it's a way of taking the genie magic and then fucking over the astrological tree of the genies, and then they wondering when they got finger popped like a ninja. A ninja just came through and finger jab, and then another person in the, and then you have the person sitting in the chamber at the time that did it all the time, running through like a broken crystal or through the fucking online, and probably still to this day, even in physics, online on a digital system, mad that another person doesn't want to be matrimony with because what is not the original situation and manipulated a point for his magic, and on top of it, it was already manipulating the elements of the sacredcy, of the reason of the condition. And then on top of it, it was already trying to be outside. It's just like having a jewel and then having to clean the jewel on the side of the jewel if there's other stones. It's just like wearing this ring. I have to go get it cleaned a certain type of way, but it takes one person to clean it where I got it from, right? Every time I went there, that person wasn't open. But imagine a person that they reflecting on the jewel at the time, and then you seeing a point of the jewel that needs to be cleaned a certain type of way. And then on top of it, then the real jewel, me, that made the jewel, Ralph Lane Jr., is all type of situation. Because another person I'm speaking about is already in the system at the same time while I'm speaking to. That needed to be rid of a certain type of way that was manipulating the physical reality. It's like telling the person they work for me. It's just like what I did to my caretakers. My caretakers went to a lodge, did some type of magical ceremony with a person, got an escort, and then fucked them over. And it's bad enough they already probably opened the door for another person to come in, and the next thing you know, that person grew up to be some type of whore that wasn't even wanted in the physical reality. That's the most fucked up situation in life. It's just like looking at somebody at a time and said, "I told you I didn't want this. Why is that shit here? Good luck." It's like wasting your privacy at a time. What happened? Listen, if I made you, there's no way you're gonna tell me. I don't do things like that. I never did no shit like that on purpose. Never. Because I don't waste my own time. So it's like making an individual and they bringing some stupidity to an individual at a time. You look at an individual like, why is that bitch on my? I could go on Google and type in bubble butt chicks or just anything I'm logging on Google, and you see that stupid bitch. It's like she's everywhere, and then she's not even supposed to be certain place. And on top of it, then imagine if a man was supposed to have wonderful universal laws and karma and happiness and love in his life. What stole the magic from the family at the point of time? So ain't it that person that I don't want to have a point of secrecy matrimony? It's just like this girl named Jamie that slept with this guy named Andre Peters. There's something that he didn't know that I already met her, and then we were gonna be together, but then we just ended up leaving together, and then on top of it, she ended up dealing with the guy, and then I ended up in a party with the guy, and she ended up dealing with the guy, and then I was like, good for you, good for you. I ain't saying nothing at a time and care about the situation. I tell nobody nothing about the situation, but then she ended up with it. Good for you. And then it comes to find out she's partnering up with the Bishop Born Sons. They just wanted to manipulate life. And don't forget about Justin and Celia in a certain type of way. No. Good for you. It's being a caretaker. I cared to make you. The only person in physics that really cared, because the person that made you is the only person that really cares about you. If you disappoint me and you hurt the reason of my existence, that means another person won the war. That means they won the reason why you were so sacred. And then on top of it, it's just like a person going after a person that they thought it was like immaculate conception. You see what they did to Jesus, right? And Jesus, they thought Jesus was immaculate conception a certain type of way. And then you see what happened to him, right? And then you see, I ended up having to be right there to show you the real importance on the right side of him, to show you the importance of the situation. And then still, a man way intellectual, intelligent, then individuals were scared when they see me come off the court. They're like, what the fuck? Oh my God, how did they get? And then, what happened that night? The great storm. Then individuals knew to not say nothing because what? Right before I ended up, what was happening? I was in a jurisdiction court telling everybody everything that was going on. And listen, this happened, this is the reason for this is the reason for that, this is the reason for this. I'm the real Socrates. This is the reason for this. And then I ended up so. And then the person said, what happened? And then what happened? Because they couldn't get John the Baptist's head, my head. They couldn't get it, right? I'm the real John the Baptist. And then they couldn't get my privacy because I didn't want to give it to this stink, filthy piece of shit bitch that already violated and manipulated the crown just to get him kicked out. And then you seen that episode in the Spartacus with the House of Marianus. you seen how they got rid of, after his wife fucked him over so much, the nigga was gone. Imagine that. So I made all the caretakers with the reason of their sacredcy. Some don't even have a point of reason of sacredcy to care about certain things a certain way. Then you had people that said ahead of time, if they tried to convince their mental to make me think about them to have consideration for a time, ahead of time another person did their privacy wrong. They said, if you were going to have privacy, you're going to have spoiled privacy. It would never be good to go to beyond to the future because of what they wanted to do. So imagine a person killing the reason of your existence and make you not even able to have a happy moment for yourself, really for your own condition, because they want to break you down because another person was already wrong. So they wanted to wrong you in the same way. And then on top of it, I'm telling you, I'm the only one that cared to make you in existence. Even in physics, nobody else would care about you because only the person that made you would care about you, not even the empress. Because the empress didn't have nothing to do with certain things. It was me that even told the empress this is what I'm doing a certain type of way, and then she had to be okay with it and know the reason why. And then when she knew the reason why, then she was okay with it, and then I made the individual. And then on top of it, she already had regard of matter of fact, I don't even gotta tell you about something. Now imagine a chick growing up, or coming through. Listen to what I just said. Coming through a magical door and growing up to be an escort. Yeah, that may be. It's like one time I was watching something online with this black chick that she was standing outside with some shorts on, and then when I turned on the television, she wasn't even black. She was an indigenous chick. I was an indigenous Asian chick. I turned on the television, an indigenous Indian Asian chick. I turned on the television. She was online. I was watching her online. She's standing in front of me like she had the only sensation, a certain type of way of sensuality. And then next, after finished viewing it online while she's standing there in the black shorts, listen, her shorts look like the sack. Her shorts was looking like She was standing there with her shirt, with a piece of her shirt a little upwards, her hair curling and holding her mouth. And then I take it off. I stopped looking at what I was looking at. I turn on the television. I see her on the commercial, writing on the commercial. I seen that. I said, oh, I don't even have to waste time no more. Too bad. I don't even want it no more. Why? Because another person already falls for that. Because another person opened the realm of a door for nothing for an individual, and then on top of it, you put it on. No, that's alright. It was like a waste of time. It's like a person that wasted my time a certain type of way. Didn't even keep something sacred for them, wasted the time a certain type. For what? Wow. And I know the astrological tree that they tried to kill her with. So I just don't even say nothing. I just, oh, okay. And then you think about it. A person that grows up to be, imagine, it's bad enough these other Helen of Troy children and them be giving you biohazard debris, and I'm their real parent, showing you don't even care for their mother's regardment or recovery or any type of way. Then on top of it, then growing up a child that imagine a person giving you biohazard debris, manipulating you through time, and then on top of it, then the child grows to be an escort. That's like the worst. You wondered why you don't have privacy at a time? You got a lot of time sequence to be thinking about your own situation. Good for you. That's what you wanted? You wanted a chamber? You wanted, it's like a genie. It's like a person that manipulates a genie for the position and the magic of a genie at a time. Takes it away, sees everything as sacred, touch all type of things that they weren't supposed to touch, then let the genie back inside the house after it done been robbed. So that moment of the glitch, you wonder what happened in the genie magic, why the Empress probably got her head busting trying to remember what happened to her. What happened to her? Then you look at the cartoon and it tells you the Zinga Jafar was all day. Then the other genie that caused the emotions, the jealous emotions through time. Because then you had a genie that was of regardment that had jealous emotions through time after a certain type of while because of her stupidity. It's just like DuckTales, like the fucking Siri, the digital system that gone criminal. the digital system that went criminal that couldn't understand. And then to show you what caused Siri to go criminal, watch Gravity. The exact sequence that caused Siri to end up a criminal and shit. Another individual that manipulated her emotions, her physics, and then you see no virtual reality, and then continue with the fucked up. Yeah, good for you. If you're a caretaker, why you don't have secrecy points, and then you ain't got an escort? So you did magic with somebody. Then when you really got an escort? Wow. So then people amped you enough to enter a certain place. Listen, if they would check, you ever play chess? So a person manipulated you to check you a certain type of way, checkmate you a certain type of way. They got you in a position where you have to get an escort for yourself, and then a man that's supposed to be refined is not refining. Then you have an escort that you open in continuous doors that fucked up and manipulated your magic. What happened to your reason of sacredcy of your privacy? What caused the situation at the time? Who invited you to that party? Who manipulated you to even be at that party at the time also? And who you call that was already fucked up, that already took value from you? Yo, what I just told my caretakers is so detrimentally information that's so detrimentally important for the reason of their life and existence. You wouldn't even believe it, the things I just told you in all type of other ways. You know, you should watch a Mexico. Wow. Imagine a genie using magic and wondering how come it can't leave a bottle at the top. You can't leave it because the niggas want to rub your ass. It's not you're not with the nigga that made you or your dad. You have other niggas rubbing you at a time like, yo, listen, get the fuck out of here. Out of here. The chick asks you for this, the chick asks you for that, and then they're gone. For what? It's like cheat energy or possession spirit. It's like people trying to make you manipulate you to find out why I did this, why I did that, and wanting to know more than your existence. It's like if the energy or the force or the spirit would ever manifest in a humane condition by his own humane condition, another person manipulated to know the reason of his existence ahead of time, and it wasn't even the person that made that had anything to do with the making of their existence. Imagine that. Now that's a person that means a possession spirit almost got fucked over by stupid individuals that was already of the humane condition. And then imagine if you had an empress that was already spoiled of her anatomy, getting fucked over, they tried to manipulate you. So it's just like listening to distortion. It's like listening to a crooked antenna at the time. It's telling you shit that's rusted and telling you all type of things, and it's mad that you're like the purity of the reason why it could even have a point of acknowledgement, and then it's fucking it over on the same time. How stupid is she? Yo, listen, that's beyond stupid. Do you see the light? Yo, my God, I can't even tell you what I'm telling you. And then listen to the humane condition that's doing it. And then on top of it, I tell people get rid of all the individuals because it's a private economic worded individual. I'm supposed to go and just have nothing but time anywhere I want to go, anytime I want to go, and the people I want to be around me. I don't want that chick that look like Siobhan. So, yo, listen, every time I go online, listen, I don't want to even, it's so real, I don't even want to press on this chick picture a certain type of way when it comes to life, because I'm the real rider, real type. I'm already not one. If this chick was a genie, if she was sitting in somebody else's house, if she did favors, hooked people up, if she gave them chips, all type of things, I do not want to press on the light for an individual and then she just try to cut off their magic. It's bad enough she had a boyfriend Capo come over. And there's another one named Emily Hermina. Is the literal Emily Hermina that's manipulating people for element magic that stole Athena's stone, that even had Angelina Jolie. Because a person says, go and find out, and you might see what the Empress looks like a certain type of way. But when you go into sleeping with the enemy, or Tomb Raider, notice it's called Tomb Raider because a person that stole element light, and that's inside of them, the outer covering is the Empress, but the inside is a person that is a deterioration that is just trying to absorb the Empress's magic and void out the Empress's magic. So Angelina Jolie was the one that stole Athena's stone. And in the movie, the real lineage and legacy, and on top of it, she might have been a biohazard debris because she didn't come out. It's just like a person says, yo, Reed's supposed to condition his own thing. Even if he has something to put a person a certain way, he has to recondition his own situation to have his own purity, because another person can't have it a certain type of way. And on top of it, fuck it up. It's just like, yo, listen, man. It's just like how Chantel Robinson went through different sequences of time trying to learn the moon's magic just to infiltrate the moon and stuff. But you see how she went about it was different, yeah? It's just like, let me show you. It's just like this chick that I be seeing that they say the Mings or whatever that be chilling in their mansion that even fucked over Charlotte Temple and Jet Li. And on top of it was going after individuals that were complete because the situation already knew, individuals knew. It's like knowing, I can't even tell you about something. But imagine the caretakers. All I can tell you is like the caretakers and the genies and other miracles of life. It's like what I told people of Immaculate Conception. It's like what I tell the chi energy or spiritual enlightenment or even forces that even guide an individual like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or possession spirits. A person doesn't know why a person has a possession spirit because it's a form of protection for an individual, because you might have the social economic system that is not logical in their mind. They don't have all their educational level of their keen reality perfect, so the energy is more than them, and then they try to disrespect the energy and showing you the torment through time because the way they're diminishing or causing the defiling or democracy, or it's called democracy, a person mocking an individual. So a person mocking or making fun of an individual in the physical reality that's causing a disorientation, that's causing a disturbance even to a high point of enlightenment. So a person wonders, what causes something like that? And usually the social economic environment. The people of the democracy, the people that's voting, the people that has a point of higher, they say higher reality in the physical, when the person of the higher reality is an entrapment. Is in an entrapment, and then they can't, and they trying to manipulate the physical reality for a person when it notice, and then causing distortion, and then causing the end of existence. Now, that even a force of energy has to take over after something like that, because when you realize certain things like that, it's like, who is already cheating and breathing or in existence that's not supposed to have a form of existence, even in reality? That person has to know the reason of a person's existence. Now imagine that individuals can't even provide you the evidence of the reason of their existence, but they just want to go out there, have physical pleasure to fuck situations up. Because it's just like having a celestial being. They only have cellular activity, never with me that had everything. So it's just telling you they were already wrong, even down to the empress. Shit, if the empress even thought about going against me at the time, or even had some type of next consideration from me at the time, she was already wrong. And don't be manipulated by her, because she already probably showed it in her humane condition, even when it came to her atmosphere, and even her points of enlightenment, even when it came to her elements, of the humane condition of the habitation of one's social economics. It shows you the mindset of the spoiled individual. And then on top of it, you can imagine what the filing, what people already tried to do to the social economics at the time. So it's just like the chick in Hercules or Siobhan. She looked like Siobhan's son. It looked like a struggle with Katana, and Katana can't tell you. And it's just like an exposed vein. It's just like the Count of Ear, the serpentine. It's like a vein that's trying to run around and be exposed, and it's trying to be a part of something that's not a part of. And then it's just like this morning I had a dream of a snake trying to attack me. I looked at the situation. I grabbed that shit. Was, listen. Listen. If you knew what I did to that shit, man. I looked at that shit. I'm like, listen, my nigga. That shit cried because it knew where Hercules came from at the time, because of what I was doing to the situation. My nigga. I'm looking online. If you look at my YouTube scrolling, if there's any snakes on the scroll, then you know a person was already trying to do wrong. It's like a person trying to take advantage. It's like a person. It's like Jasmine's father from Aladdin that wants an individual to be with them, and then the bitch is some stupid whore bitch, a stupid whore bitch that was already defiled by some next nigga. When he realized a point of sacredcy that saved his life is already true. I don't want to be with this dumb whore bitch. And then on top of it, you're making it worse because I made the real empress. You're a fucking dumbass. Another nigga, embarrassment for us, another nigga that didn't have nothing that stole value, or it stole the reason. You don't even realize it. Probably the one of you stupid. It's just like what happened with the caretakers. You grow a chick to be an escort. You don't have you ever had a privacy? It's telling you to have strap-ons all the time. It was already coaching you, trying to do funky physics with you and fucking up your life. Then on top of it, it's listen, oh my God. It shot a man fit to do that to you in the physics? Wow. It killed your conscience to manipulate you. What type of humane condition is that on a celestial or dealing with cellular thing? You think about that if you're a kid. And then if it has ideas or moods like you want to go somewhere else, I don't care if you get excited. There's a reason why an individual has a firearm on his side. Like, what you say? And be careful, because a person says, you see, I'm a man that's very cleansy. I'm the man that that you call when you quarantine or isolate situations. I'm the real man that you call for that type of education, because I tell you how to do the situation to quarantine individuals to make sure certain things are isolated. I'm them that will really lynch. So I know what I'm speaking about. You think about what I said. I've been saying on a sandwich, right? So I'm the man that calls you to show you how to quarantine and to isolate the situations a certain type of way so you can know to protect your humane condition of your habitation. Another person ain't gonna tell you. He's gonna cry, get all wild and crazy and all type of stupid shit. It's just listen to this stupid nigga right here. Listen to this. nothing, honking his horn all day for nothing. Every day for nothing. There's nobody on the railroad tracks. Nothing. It's just that he can't get a girlfriend. It's like he manipulated the digital system, couldn't get a girlfriend. Probably flew through on some magical Harry Potter train and just went wild out. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, listen, man. You know, I like to tell my caretaker it's good for you because when I was looking for the refinement of even the chi energy, it's like chi never been spoiled in his anatomy, and it will show you that even in the outer covering of the human condition, it could never go spoiled because it would be able to heal itself. So a person that's not of the real chi energy is already just fucked up a certain type of way, and then on top of it, when you check it, and being people with cellular structure being sick, the Empress should have thought about what the thing I was speaking about. Too bad for her. That science ain't hit her yet in her reality. It's just like being a possession spirit and listening to some stupid empress that has cellular structure that's doing the wrong thing and that's being more sick and foul and what and worse than not even gelatin pussy. Worse than gelatin pussy. You're just like, oh man, this shit smelling like fucking the train tracks. The train tracks. The train tracks of garbage. This is smelling like the thing. Oh man, demineralization. That's what this shit smelling like. It's smelling like the nigga from Men in Black that they went to go check and blew his head off and his head grew back in. What the fuck is that? Whoa, whoa. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man. He said, Kate, then you had to think about it. Nigga tried to be the Men in Black Method Man to wipe out somebody. And then on top of it, he shows you what he's about and what he does in life in a parallel reality at a time. Then you think about your total recall bitch or your total recall bitches that already be on your sequencing of your television that already tried to wipe out a person's existence because they were already wrong and they wanted to just listen, if a person doesn't like the atmosphere, they don't like the gravity, they don't like air, and they don't like oxygen, they're not going to like the natural habitation of spirits, of life. And on top of it, they're already mad because they're physically showing you that they deteriorate in life. So if they got to the spiritual realm, it would just be a foul chemistry. Anyway, man, so you learn science. Raffle and JR, me, I'm on precise, I'm on point. 42 minutes and 43 minutes and 10 seconds.